Today we are hanging out with Donovan from Hail the Sun. Donovan, how's life at the moment?
It's wonderful. I'm out here visiting family in Massachusetts, and it's been wonderful.
Well, a wonderful life is, yeah, I guess what we all aspire to achieve. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
But another thing that's hopefully going to contribute to your wonderful life coming up is that you're going to be visiting us here in Australia real soon.
Yes, I am, and I cannot wait, truly cannot wait.
And we are expecting to see you here in Brisbane, where I currently reside, on June 25th, playing at the Crowbar.
Yes, correct.
And this is the second time you guys are going to be in Australia.
It is. Yeah, the second time that we'll have toured your wonderful country.
I was wondering if you had any fond memories from your first experience of being here.
I do. It's just a really warm memory of hanging out with the fall of Troy and closure in Moscow. The crazy travel, early morning flights, hanging out after the show, the excitement of our first time in a new country, being able to form the types of experiences we did with those guys in particular is what made every single moment very, very heartwarming.
How do you find the differences between traveling in somewhere like Australia as opposed to America where you're from, where yeah, you've got to, I said, pretty much fly everywhere and counter or plan for the big distances between the cities.
Yeah, well, that is the biggest difference is we can just hop in a bus and do the United States. But in Australia, it's mostly fly. Every single spot, I believe, is a fly date. And if there's no dates off in between, which we are totally fine with, it just means very early morning flights and a lot less sleep. But it's all very exciting. It adds to the whirlwind of the excitement.
I was going to originally follow up the previous one about your fond memories of Australia with what new experiences you were hoping to have on this run as well. But yeah, as you said, with no time off between the shows, I guess it's going to make opportunities to do that a little bit more limited.
I do believe there is a day off to go to Adelaide and Perth, and we have never been to those spots. And that'll be very exciting just to be on the west coast of Australia. I'm excited to see what the difference is.
Me too. I've never made it over to Western Australia, and
Oh,
I've pretty
wow.
much spent my entire life living on various spots on the east coast of Australia. And yeah, it'd just be trippy to see, the sun set over the ocean as opposed to rise over it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very stoked to be in new spots even, but it'll be cool to go back to Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne, where I've already walked around quite a bit and can visit some of the same spots I was at last time. I remember the coffee being superb in Melbourne.
They definitely have a reputation there, but hopefully you'll be able to get, a good cuppa no matter where you go here in Australia.
Totally, yeah.
Now, part of the tour is that it's still technically off the back of your latest record, Cut Turn
Yeah,
Fade Back, that you released last year.
yep.
How have the shows and the reception of that album been for you?
I mean, it's gonna sound super cliche and like the expected answer, but it's just been very exciting to see the growth of the band. We did our biggest tour we've done to date, and we have festivals coming up that we weren't playing before. It just seems like the fan base continues to grow, and it's been a 15-year slow burn for us, but it's always increased, it's always gone up, and this feels like the biggest record we've ever released. I'm just very grateful. We're all very grateful because we come from a spot where we were playing for just the bartender on our DIY tours 15 years ago. And in that same city, in one of those same cities, we played a sold out Wiltern Theater with over 2,000 people on this last run. And it is a milestone for the band. It's all off of the new record.
And it's your seventh release. So with the records you've put out and the extensive touring that you have done in the past as well, sounds like it's all starting to really pay off for you.
I do appreciate you saying that, and it does feel that way.
You mentioned that yeah, you've been added to some pretty cool festivals coming up. So I saw that you were on the bill for Furnace Fest with A Day to Remember and Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're two huge names to be playing with, but are there any other acts on that bill that you're excited to play with, whether they're, old friends that you've maybe done shows with before or new bands that you haven't had the opportunity to work alongside of?
We're very excited to play with Circus Survive. Again, we've toured with them and we know those guys, but it's so cool that they're back and we're stoked to play alongside them. And I haven't deep dove into that lineup, but I know there's just a bunch of bands on that we have not played with before. It's going to be a fun day of watching a bunch of other sets. I'm neurotic in that way. On festivals, I have this strong urge to walk around and try to see as much shit as possible. And it's almost like an OCD tick of mine. So I'm sure I'll be running around seeing a bunch of different sets. And I'm glad that Furnace Fest is back. We played what was supposed to be the last one a couple of years ago, and they came back with a much different format and maybe not so much of a throwback festival, but more of a mix of old and new. So it's cool to be included in that.
I'm sure it's going to be a couple of amazing days. And another festival that looks amazing that I saw you were on is Neverender Festival, which is run by Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, yeah, very very happy about that one.
And looks like that might be, maybe a bit of a closer stylistic blend to, the mathy post-hardcore sound that you guys have.
Totally. And we've been influenced by that band. We've grown to know those guys and we've done their cruise last 3 times. So we were very grateful that they extended an offer to do their actual on land festival now. But again, Circus Survives playing that one. I believe Thursday's on that bill, which is super exciting because we like them as human beings and their music also is just phenomenal.
It's nice when you don't have to worry about separating the art from the artists because the artists are as rad as their art.
Yeah, serious, man. I'm very grateful to have toured with Thursday as well and get to know those guys. It's all just really good people.
And that's definitely what you want, both on and off the stage. Now, back
Absolutely.
to Cut, Turn, Fade Back. You released a few videos slash singles for that record. The one that resonated the most with me was War Crimes. It gave me like hints of Protest the Hero, Salsin, and Glassjaw, all bands that I really enjoy. And a
Awesome.
cool film clip as well. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about the writing of that song and the making of the film clip.
Sure. Well, Shane, one of our guitarists, wrote the majority of that song musically. And we ended up all getting together, making a few edits. The vocal part definitely came to me a lot more naturally than other times where I really have to strive for it. But with the music video, it's a statement or more so an observation on how we believe that there is still the ongoing theme of war being for profit and in the powers that be best interests that we keep fighting each other so we stay distracted while they're able to manipulate and control because we are much more powerful unified and they know this, so if they want to get their way and continue to make as much money as they possibly can, then it's good for us to be choosing a left or right side and fighting each other in that way.
True. And we, distractions are a valuable thing as well. You do need to have downtime and you still, need to have time for yourself and to process things as well. But I guess what you're saying there as well is that, yeah, you can't let these things completely sidetrack you from, at the end of the day, what is the most important thing, and that's, creating a world that we can all live in, love, and enjoy equally.
Yeah, I think so. And not, I guess, having more compassion for people that are across the world or that we maybe don't understand.
Very much so. And with the writing with the band, not just for that song in general, I believe not only do you perform the vocals in the band, but for the majority of it, you are also the drummer.
That was once true. Now it's more so live. I'll do vocals and drums for maybe 2 to 3 songs. For the first 6 years of the band's existence, I was solely the drummer and singer. So I would perform whole sets that way. 2016, we were lucky enough to welcome Alan, our current drummer, into the mix. And he was a touring drummer at first, where I would still write and record the drum parts, but he very quickly became a full-fledged part of our fabric and is a full member now, and not just a touring drummer. He's a rider and just completely he is the official fifth member of the band. But as a throwback and to our olden days and to switch up the live set and make things a little more interesting, I will still perform drums like I did at the very beginning for like 2 to 3 songs.
And what does he do? Just go stand off sheepishly on the side for a minute and watch his watch?
And he'll usually, sometimes he'll crowd surf, sometimes he'll run to the back and listen from front of house. You never really know, actually. I don't know what Alan does with those 10 minutes of mystery time.
Chattels a bit of Slipknot and grabs some random bit of percussion and just dives into the crowd. Sounds
That's
pretty
right.
cool.
Yeah.
Outside of those multi-talented facets that you already have, I understand you're also the man behind Kill Iconic.
I am. Yeah, that's correct. Me and my friends.
What's going on in the Kill Iconic camp at the moment?
Kill Iconic started as a magazine. For those who don't know, it was a print-only magazine. Then it turned into a record label. It's a clothing brand as well now. But it's a collective. It's an umbrella. It's a place that we want to continue to cultivate a community and really just hang out with the best people. That is the reason why this whole thing even started to begin with. And right now in the Kill Iconic ecosystem, we have the record label. We recently partnered with Equal Vision Records, and we are releasing and signing so many bands. There's so many great artists out there that we're lucky to be working with. And I think you'll be seeing a lot more from bands on this label like Mela and Mundo and Lobby Boxer and Dwellings, and just a plethora of artists here. We recently did a tour as well with Mela and Rosilia, another Kill Iconic Records band. So I think it's something that we can always collaborate with our artists on, and that includes festivals. I've done a bunch of Kill Iconic festivals as well with my partners in the brand, and we're able to put our bands on, and these things go really well. They're just a big hang. It's a lot of fun, great music. The fans love it. And we also have a coffee company with Hail the Sun called Black Serotonin. So we usually sell that coffee at these festivals and get everyone as wired on caffeine as possible so they can stay up through the whole event.
Are you planning to bring a few of those bags with you to Australia?
We are, yeah. Hopefully they don't get seized at customs. I don't know why they would, but we are planning to bring it over there. If you're at one of the shows, I'll try to save you a bag.
Appreciate it. And yeah, I guess you don't have to worry about where you're getting your coffee from while you're in Australia after we're all in.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But aside from that, it sounds like in general you have a great talent as well for gathering awesome people around you. Hopefully that continues while you're here in Australia and you see more and more of our population gathering around Hail the Sun and getting into and excited for all the things that you do.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I'm very grateful to do what I do, and I'm lucky that I have such great people around me who are also down to participate in this vision. I look forward to it only growing.
Thank you so much for hanging out with Sense today, Donovan, and we'll see you real soon.
Thank you very much for having me, and I can't wait to see what the animated version of myself looks like.